where he's saying like BLM kind of like scammed y'all, right? They had people like Patrice Colors, and again they did videos on this where they're talking about and gloating about their $1 million mansions and saying like, oh, we cheers to this and we did such an amazing job. So, roll it. Pause real quick. Let's just play that again. I love the vlog intro music. I need if you know the song, comment below. Let me know. I need to make a parody of this. I need to make a parody of me being at a BLM protest, being fiery in the background and saying, we did it. And with a mimosa in my hand, you know, with this vlog music, this cheery full vlog music in the background while people are protesting and like, it's fiery in the background. Hey yo, what's up you guys? So I'm coming here with another video. We're talking about Kanye West. Kanye West is all up in the news once again for all the controversies he got to do. And like apparently it goes by Ye now, I don't know. But we're going to talk about this because he did an interview with Tucker Carlson. Talking about like his White Lives Matter shirt. Talking about pro-life. All of the interesting stuff that's all up in my alley. The things I like talking about, commentating about. And so we're going to have some fun. So with that said, shall we begin? So tall cause I'm hauling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty. All this is on my body, but first, of course, if you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Mitch, Maverick Mitch. Hey Mitch, all the Mitches, the call sign Don, and pretty much I like talking about what I talk about. So, current events, reviews, pop culture, social political commentary. Be sure to check out all those videos as you're finishing this video. And of course, hit that like, share, and subscribe as it feeds the algorithm. And so, with all that said, roll it.
So you just came from Paris Fashion Week, you just landed, and the lanyard's still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And then you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen, I agree.
I don't care.
So awesome! Already I'm wearing my pro-life hat, you know, and I love this. We're going straight into like the pro-life stuff, right? And I have talked about this in other videos. I've done like the Dr. Phil and Lila Rose. I've done like March for Life and all this other stuff. So already, like, I don't know. Okay, so one, let's start off with am I a fan of Kanye West? Like, I remember when he was, like, on that news, when Bush was president, right? And he was on that news thing with Michael Myers, and he was like, Bush don't care about white people, and then obviously fast forward that to, like, the Taylor Swift thing, and it's like, I'll let you finish type thing, you know, and then going into all of this stuff. So, Kanye West has had such a transformation over the years. I don't know how to deal with him, right? And so, do I love everything that he's doing, especially with Cannabis Owens and the pro-life and all of this stuff? Absolutely, and the gospel stuff. I saw the gospel thing when he did with Sia. And totally love that. And so with this, again, part of me is a little bit hesitant, you know, like, is this just a grift, essentially? Is this like some just publicity? You may believe in this stuff, but is it like, I don't know if you're actually, your whole identity is in it. And I think, I would like to think everything is that, right? It is leaning towards something that is genuine, right? And so overall, I'm not like a big Kanye West fan in general, so I just take this as another person saying whatever, right? And so, let's that. Now, talking about the pro-life stuff, like, amen, right? Tucker Carlson just said that, and so I agree. Having this pro-life stuff, and I don't know if this is the first time he actually said anything about actually being pro-life. Obviously, he's saying it now, and I think he leans towards it because of what he's going to mention later. And I saw some of this already, so I'll let him continue. But I just want to kind of like get a basis as far as what I think about this already, and then going into it some more.
I care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet. When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to...
With the pause on that stuff, like, that's, from what I'm tracking, that is 100%, right? And so, if you look at the growth rate of population growth and in individual communities and minorities and demographics, the black population has been stagnated, whereas there was more black people here than Asians or Latinos and all that stuff, right? And so, but the black population overall, from what I understand, has been stagnated. So that, especially after the 70s, right? After Roe versus Wade, the type of thing. And so, because, I mean, Candace Owens, all of this Uncle Tom stuff, Brandon Tatum, going into like Thomas Sowell and Larry Elder, other people had mentioned this already, right? And so, like, up until the 70s, like, post-slavery, like, blacks were going up and up, right? And so, like, they were doing the most, like, going, like, even straight up in the 50s, even amongst Jim Crow laws, a lot of them were going into, like, NASA, right? And doing engineers and talking about hidden figures, right? And all of a sudden, it switched, in which those conservative values was not on the forefront. And in doing so, you like, the Democratic Party kind of like placate, like, they took advantage of that, right? And so, yeah, and so you can take a look at that and all that good stuff. And so, continue.
Realize this.
I really felt like, I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office, and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends slash handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, you know, okay, green light me then. You know, God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, you know, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David, you know, he tended to the sheep, but while he was out there, he had to fight all kinds of animals. So when it was time for Goliath to come, he thought because he was a sheep herder that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position, I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference to the White Lives Matter t-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
All right, so some comments there, right? Obviously, I totally love all of that, and you know, it kind of goes back to that proverb, right? And so, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war type of thing, right? And so, I love all of that, and Jordan Peterson talks about this. You need to become a monster. Monster not being negatively evil, but monster in like a beast in a sense where you can. You are this warrior archetype, and this doesn't have to be for men. It could be for women too. But like, you want to be your best version of yourself, so that you only fight when you need to, and if you are fully capable of fighting, you know. And it just draws this warrior aspect, and I love that because of military. But like too, you know, we come to this place where we kind of like back down, you know. We have a lot of people have been backing down, especially to a council mob or whatever, and just placating to PC culture, which ended up being woke culture later on and transformed. And in that light, I just this idea of fighting, and again, I totally 100% believe that we're in a spiritual war, but like like even if you don't believe in a spiritual universe, whatever, you can definitely see there's a cultural war happening. And so I totally love everything that he's going with this.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and
I might have to find the tweet. So on top of the White Lives Matter shirt, and right, not to say that it only like gives this idea like, well, one, it's true, but two, it's kind of like to express anything. Again, he had done this tweet and I need to find it. Like, where
Why do you say like, Black Lives Matter is a scam?
Well, because it's proven. They have people who end up taking money from it. I mean, this documentation is out there. And just as black people, we're going to need more than just a t-shirt and a $6 million home. We need what was promised to us. Much like how we never received our 40 acres and a mule, and that puts us in a position where we feel we have to abort our children to the point where there are more black babies aborted in New York City than born at this point.
Find it, like where he's saying like BLM kind of like scam y'all, right? They had people like Patrice Colors, and again they did videos on this where they're talking about and gloating about their $1 million mansions and saying like, oh, we cheers to this, and we did such an amazing job. So, and for roll it. Pause real quick. Let's just play that again. I love the vlog intro music. I need if you know the song, comment below. Let me know. I need to make a parody of this. I need to make a parody of me being at a BLM protest, being fiery in the background and saying, we did it. And with a mimosa in my hand, you know, with this vlog music, this cheery full vlog music in the background while people are protesting, and like, it's fiery in the background. Amazing job, and for scamming people and all that stuff. And then Candace Owens' movie about the greatest lie ever sold is coming out in like a few days, October 12th, talking about like BLM and exposing all of that. And she herself went to Patrice Colors and all that stuff. And like, I'm glad that she has postponed this so that she can add more content into it, and totally love it. And so along with that, and just real quick, I guess a part of me kind of like is perturbed by this, not because of the messaging. It's messaging in the sense where white. I don't think gender is a social construct, but race is definitely is. Like, I mean, what is white? Like, white means what? Well, for the left, it's just anyone who disagrees with them that is probably of European side. But what I'm getting at is like, at certain points, Catholics, even Italian Catholics, weren't necessarily seen as white. Irish Catholics weren't always seen as white. Is white just white Anglo-Saxon Protestant WASP type of white? I know that Slavic people aren't considered white, or at least in some cases, but in other people might look at a Russian person as being white. Like, so I'm jumping around all over the place. I'll link the video in the description. You can check it out on your own. I'll just end it off here with Tucker Carlson's lasting comment. So let's go for it.
So a conversation like this is a window into a world that you don't see. So if you're familiar with West from the media, you think of him as an individual man. What you don't think about is that he is at the center of a battle, and people like him are at the center of a battle to get a message out, mouthed by the lips of influencers like him and so many others, that extends a storyline on behalf of, well, in this case, the status quo. So there are a lot of people vying to make certain that people like him say the right things, and the consequences for not doing that are very severe. So for him to come out and say all lives matter, obviously, is a huge threat to a lot of people. Who are those people exactly? Well, we asked him, and he told us. That's next.
All right, cool. I'll just end it off there, and you know, totally love that. Like, you know, again, I 100% agree. Like, obviously, I talk about the culture war on my channel a lot, and so a lot of people, like the people who criticize, like people like Matt Walsh, people, all of the Candace Owens, people who have always been attacked for all this stuff, and they are trying to do the most, you know, instead of, and it's not like they have better ideas, they just try to cancel the person that is speaking. And that should be indicative in itself. Like, that's really how I got a lot of, in many ways, red pill. Like, I was watching a lot of videos from a lot of these things, these speakers like Ben Shapiro, whatever, going to these universities, and the students wasn't even gonna let them try to talk. You know, like, you don't, like, listen what someone gotta say. You know right quick, like, if they got, like, they're just talking about talking points and they don't know nothing what they're talking about, and if they even are trying to even genuine, you know, and approaching in good faith, and then even if all of that is true, like, challenge their stuff, right? And so, you know, and I'm not saying I'm the best at this, right? But at least I know a little bit of my stuff, watching and being invested and engulfed in all of this, immersed in all of this. So overall, let's do some overall thoughts. Love this. Obviously, he's fighting the culture war. Totally love this. It just kind of like gives people red pilling essentially, but more so gives them an idea like, hey, you know what, all of this is happening, and you know, question your reality. And like, just as much as Kanye West was saying, like, I did not like being able to wear a MAGA hat, and people were saying like, I can't do this. And so for that sense of rebellion, it's really American, but for that sense of rebellion against what this side is, whatever this side is, this God-fearing side, it's counterculture. And so yeah, I think things are, people are waking up, and I think people are sick and tired of it. And if anything, the status quo is leave us alone. But it is this establishment, corporate, mainstream media, in industry, entertainment, music, academia that's saying it otherwise. So I totally love this, and hopefully other people like this too, and keep on supporting me and folks like me who are doing these commentaries. So with that said, please hit like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on my Instagram at HeyMitch. I'm also on Twitter, Maverick Mitch, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you.